All right, a few more projects from the DC Universe slate that was announced. Well, now they're not happening, but then some are. But things seem to be maneuvering. Why is that? Is it the Paramount thing? Who knows? Paramount thing, speaking of which, more movement on that. Looks like they're open to selling off CNN now. Is that going to do anything? We had mentioned a little while about Barbie, and now the cast was looking for some payments. Looks like they might get it, probably rightfully so. There's other things that we're going to discuss. But it's me and Chris Carr here today on the show. Um, let's do it. You ready? Me too. Here we go.
Did you shit in there?
Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. It is Thursday, and joining me here on the show every Thursday is the one and only Chris Carr. Yep. Perfect. There she goes.
There we go.
Okay, nice to have you back, Chris. I'm back now too because I took the kids to Splish Splash Water Park yesterday.
Fun.
We had a good time. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Good people at Splish Splash kind of hooking it up. I'm going to be doing a little Instagram video or maybe YouTube short for it as well too. But it's a lot of fun, man. It's a very clean water park is what I like about it, because a lot of those times you think about it, you're like, oh, it's nasty. People are, just
it's doo-doo water.
Yeah, and if it is, it looks clean to me. It was pretty. It like, and the thing is that they had people for a split second. My youngest one was there just for that soft serve ice cream. She was ready for it. And we had it, and I had got a bunch of napkins because it was hot out, so it was melting the ice cream. And I dropped 2 napkins on the floor. Within seconds, there was a guy kind of sweeping it up, and I go, no, let me get that. But it was great. It was like they really take care of the park. It was really sweet. But people get a kick out of the little one, and my oldest and myself got a kick out of her yesterday because on the way there, she's been asking me to stop to get bagels for a little bit, right? Because the last time she goes, Dad, you owe me 10 bagels. I go, why is that? She goes, because last time you gave me Vivi's bagel. I don't eat onion bagels. I don't like onion bagels. I like everything bagels. And I was like, that's true. And so we get there, and I get the bagels for one for my an everything bagel with what was it, like low fat cream cheese for myself. Is what I'm doing. And so my oldest gets the onion bagel, and then I got the everything bagel for my youngest. And what I hear is the unwrapping. Then I hear this. I swear to God, Chris. She goes, "Oh, baby, where you been all my life?" She holds the sandwich. Oldest and I look at her laughing like, "What? Who is this kid?" And she's like,
the best. Oh my God,
it was hilarious. And she just and then she just was so excited for that bagel. So we got there. We had a really good time. So it was a lot of fun. I have to give an update. I'm going to tell you this story first, because I'm not sure. You're probably not familiar with it because I told it the other day. Mm-hmm. But speaking of my little one and my wife, they love this crappy theater here near us. And it's like something plucked out of the 90s. They haven't updated it in probably since then. We call it the Old Lady Theater. Literally saw old ladies walking into this thing as we were going to see the Paw Patrol movie. But the seats haven't been updated. Nothing's been updated. I can't stand. I can't stand going there because I'm a theater snob. When I go to Lincoln Center. It's like when studios do a promotional thing. It's like they probably sent everybody from the studio to set it up. It's like the real big, huge banners with all the expensive kind of animatronics and all that stuff. That's how you promote. So I'm walking out of this theater, this horrible theater, and Chris, I started laughing so hard. My wife and my little one are walking out. Like, my wife goes, "What?" I go, "Come here." I go, "If this isn't just the perfect thing ever, look at this." Because of Spider-Man, look at the promotion of Spider-Man. And here is this Spider-Man balloon that looked like it was stolen from a 3-year-old's birthday party. And it's on the wall like this, but not only is it on the wall, it's wrapped in like Scotch tape on the wall. And it was, and I couldn't do justice by just talking about it. And I want to give props to Greg from the Nerd Virgin podcast. And he said, "I'm going to that theater and I will try to get photos to show the audience." The Nerd Virgin podcast, yes. And he did. And so I'm not exaggerating. I sent it to PLD, and I want to get the audience's reaction as I show these pictures. I wanted to show you. Tell me, the audience. I wanted to tell. Was I exaggerating, or was it what I described? Because he took the pictures, and I sent it to PLD, and PLD said it was spot on. So here's the first one. Okay, that doesn't look terrible.
No.
Right. Look at that. There's no effort. There is no effort whatsoever in that. It's like it is absolutely. I mean, it is so
That is fantastic.
it's so bad. It's so bad. It's like look at it. It's like he's surrounded by nothing. Nothing. He's just on the wall. Someone just grabbed it. We gotta promote Spider-Man a little. Look at that. That's like if I did that. If my wife asked me to hang up the balloon in the back for the kids' party, that's what I would do. It's so bad. It's so bad. Look at that. It's like stolen out of like a Walmart or something.
Yeah, some 16-year-old went to Party City and then was like, I got this, guys.
100%. And it's just like, oh, and the shipment didn't come. It was I mean, it's Timu Man. Yeah, it's Asylum Spider-Man. I mean, it's so bad. It is. Okay.
Correct, Don. That is sad.
It is so sad. And I laughed so hard. And I swear to God, if anybody, do me a favor though, if you know the theater I'm talking about, and some people did, they said it in the comments, and you go near this theater, take the picture, post it, tag them. It's like there's no effort. Does corporate know what's going on there? I don't think so. Oh, I love it. Anyway. Oh, okay. So we have other things to discuss.
Okay.
Right now, the unthinkable has happened. Mike Kalinowski is in the lead right now. He is beating Roca by quite a bit. And from what I heard, Winston, what the hell is that? Winston and Roca did not do enough yesterday to catch Mike, from what PLD was telling me.
Okay.
So it looks like Chris Carr has an opportunity to really, get Mike sad, because Mike hasn't won ever in this new system. So we shall see if Chris Carr can do it. But let's get moving. Oh, I have other news in regards to the pilot, which is pretty exciting. It took a little bit, but we officially submitted to Kickstarter yesterday for the approval of the campaign, and we should be hearing something back hopefully within the next day or two. Maybe, hopefully not any longer than that, but we'll see. And who knows? Maybe I'll get some information while I'm on the damn show that we got approved. But we'll see. Okay. I don't know why I didn't do that. So, all right, let's do a story. Hold on a second. Where is it? Can't find the story. There it is. All right. First story. 2 major DCU projects reportedly dead at DC Studios as HBO passes on Poison Ivy and Catwoman shows. Okay, here it is. According to a reliable source, we can scratch 2 more projects off. Uh-oh. All right, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Chris, can you take over for a second? Hold on a second. Look. All right, Chris.
Okay.
Yo.
PLD, can you put that back up on the screen? Otherwise, I can go back into my email and grab the story. Thank you so much. Amazing. Okay, so according to a reliable source, we can scratch 2 more projects off DC Studios' Gods and Monsters slate, while DC and HBO have also passed on TV shows focusing on Poison Ivy and Catwoman. Now, this all comes to us from Mark Cassidy. All right, so with Lantern set to premiere this Sunday, The Ankler has published a report detailing the show's tumultuous journey to the screen, while also sharing disappointing updates on some other small screen DCU projects. The article goes on to talk about how Poison Ivy and Catwoman were potential shows that were going to be in this Gods and Monsters kind of phase, but at this time they are moving on from them, and the articles we've got today too are a lot of fun studio talk, and I do want to bring this up, where we've got a lot of, it's not shelved, but we aren't moving forward necessarily, and it's not a priority, which is very, very interesting to me. Now, the bummer here about Poison Ivy is it was said to be a Poison Ivy who could fit into Matt Reeves' universe, and that makes so much sense to me. And I want to know how you guys feel about this too. Poison Ivy is one of those characters who can totally exist in either the incredible, like, mythical world of things, but also can be a very, realistic character. You have an eco-terrorist who can come into play. So that's one that I am a little bummed about that we're not getting. But also, we still don't have a Batman unless we're talking about Matt Reeves' Batman. So, PLD, how are you feeling about that one?
I'm with you guys at this point. Like, I like the idea of Clayface, kind of one-off, kind of cool, but I don't want to make this a whole. It's like it reminds me of the Spider-Man Sony Spider-Man villains type thing. We don't really care without Spider-Man as much. One-off, hey, sure, but like we don't need a whole library of this before Batman comes out.
100%. And this is one of the issues I had to bringing up like that kind of Sony villain verse.
Right.
They also kept trying to make us root for these guys.
Right.
And frankly, a lot of folks, while I want to have them have justified means, I don't need to be on board with them. I don't want them to succeed necessarily. I want to be conflicted. And Pamela Isley does that so well, where it's, yeah, girl, I get it. We are screwing up this planet. But also, maybe we don't poison men by kissing them? I don't know.
Especially every single time you do it. Absolutely. It reminds me of what Kristian said earlier also about like the whole idea we don't have that many villain projects that can really do the villain justice, just like you said. We need to be able to, if they decide to make a villain project and they commit it to being a villain all the way through, that might be an intriguing one-off to take another look at. But again, it just becomes less conflict because they're not going to get beaten by the Gotham City Police Department. They're not going to get beaten by this like Joe Schmo off the street. So they gotta like. So where does the conflict come in? And if they do lose to them, how do you put them up against Batman later on?
Exactly. And I've always said, as a huge fan of the Batman, the animated series, I feel like one of the strong things that show did was a lot of times they put Batman in the seat of the antagonist, not the villain, but the antagonist, right? When we're talking in terms of like literary narrative. And so you would see everything from the villain's perspective, how they're trying to do this, and Batman thwarting that opportunity. And that's something you can totally do. But again, you have to commit to, are they going to do something atrocious? Are we not going to be on their side? And we've seen it work for things like Joker individually. Clayface, obviously, that's going to be a kind of mixed bag, too, of something horrible was done to him, and now he's seeking this revenge. So those kinds of ones make sense. But again, we keep coming back to, who is our Batman and which universes do these happen in, too? Because a Catwoman series, okay, well, we had, Zoe Kravitz, who's not coming back to the film. So is this a Catwoman who exists in the, James Gunn DCU? And if so, who's her Bruce, man? Like, who's she hanging out with?
Right. It actually reminds me, I can talk to you about this. Kristian would be talking about Jabba, like Jabba the Hutt. It's like a Doctor Who Light episode, like a Doctor Light episode. Those were great. Those are great episodes where the Doctor appears in like maybe 3 minutes of the show. When they work very well. But they have already established themselves as they know who the Doctor is at that point. So getting a fresh perspective on things, great. I love things from the villain perspective, but you got to have the original perspective first, or else it's not going to work.
Exactly. And yeah, I mean, pretty much everyone in the cultural zeitgeist knows who Batman is. We all know about the pearls flying and Crime Alley and all this stuff too. But it is just weird, particularly with characters like Catwoman, who are, so romantically tied to Bruce Wayne and Batman. So that's the other part that's kind of you can't jump to like a Jeff Loeb When in Rome Catwoman without establishing her relationship to Gotham, to Batman, to the various crime families and syndicates there too. It feels like we're doing a lot of stuff, 3 steps ahead. Where we don't have that foundation.
Right. I thought we need every female villain to be like flirtatious with Batman and everything else. But that specifically, Poison Ivy is one of those ones that she kisses the guy to kill. Like that's part of her character. So it's hard that they establish that again without somebody to do the kissing with. I mean, there's only so much we can do as far as that goes. And plus, again, make the decision. We still have no idea what's going on between, like, is it going to be Robert Pattinson? Is it going to be somebody else? So not only do we not have a Batman, we don't even know, is it going to be this? Maybe we do have the Batman, but we don't know that at this point. And it all comes down to James Gunn. We don't know James Gunn doesn't know what's going on either. I think at this point with the whole merger and everything else, I think we're just in this waiting ground.
Exactly. And that's kind of our big through line with the stories here today too, is how do you move forward with a slate when you don't even know who's going to be in charge, who's going to own your studio, and what kind of executives you're going to have now interfering or championing different projects too. So it's just messy right now. And I feel like a broken record because I say it every week of this all just feels messy. And it really is just because we don't know how they're going to move forward. I mean, we're going to talk about it in a little bit, but we have, trials around the antitrust situation happening in March of next year. How do you get a production underway without making your stockholders really nervous about just throwing money at something that might not happen? How do you move forward with scripts if you don't know if that's the trajectory of your studio?
Absolutely. And again, honestly, at this point, how does James Gunn feel? Not to he's the Hollywood super studio, whatever. I don't feel sorry for him or whatever. He's a billionaire, whatever you want to say. But what do you do with him? At some point, he's going to have to get sick of this. He can't move forward at this point. It's like, should have got off the pot. He's probably should have got off the pot at this point. He might go, you know what? I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah.
Forget about this. And he might leave on his own accord even.
I think that's a really great point. And I think that's something that we as film fans sometimes too kind of get in that headspace of like, he better do something. He better make a decision. He really is in a situation right now where his hands are pretty tied.
Right.
And that cannot be a good place to be, not only as a studio head where you are supposed to be making those decisions, but as a creative.
Right.
If you can't even pitch something, what are you doing?
I mean, I always brought up, being the Star Wars guy, I always brought up Lucasfilm being tied by Disney. I mean, Bob Iger really screwed with the release dates. They screwed with Solo. They're the ones that canceled Hunt for Ben Solo, all that kind of stuff. That's one thing. Yeah. But at least Lucasfilm was pitching stuff and having to fight with Disney over it. James Gunn, how do you even pitch anything? Now you can't even pitch something, let alone it's not like you can't convince them to do something. It's kind of like, well, we can do this. This would be great. Yeah, but we're gonna have to kill it in like a year anyway at this point. Especially because people understand. Like I feel like even though we're all big fans, I feel like we don't have this idea of how long things take to get moving and like that exactly. Roadway to go. Like you start something now, it could be done in 2 or 3 years from now. So if we wait till March, we're gonna have another 2 or 3 years to wait after that before we really start getting going. At this point, what happens in between? No idea.
Exactly. Great points all around. If we did have these shows, if they did come to fruition, what would you want to see from them?
I guess the idea that what I'd want to see most is like, let's establish these characters specifically as who they are human-wise. Get our human story from them first. So make us care about them before we have to care about the monster side of things at this point. So if you just throw in the monster side of things, and that's what becomes, that perspective becomes weird at this point. We don't know what we're going to do. Get us to care about them characters, and then slowly bring us into the villain side of things. Because if you're going to have to give us a long wait anyway, make the wait worth it and make it a worthwhile story to tell.
Hell yeah. And look, I know not everyone feels as strongly about Creature Commandos as I do. I understand that was not everyone's jam. Were you a fan?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Like, if anyone can make me care about these monsters, it is James Gunn. I shouldn't have cried about Weasel.
Right.
What the hell?
It's his forte.
Insane.
That's his forte. That's what he does best, is take these characters and make you care about them. Now, to be honest, Kristian will bring it. If Kristian was here, he would say that he sometimes overdoes it, and maybe he thinks he's too good at it now, and that can be too much. And I get that, but I guess if you don't have a Batman to do, if you can't do a Batman, then you might as well go with what you can do best and hope some of it sticks.
Yeah, 100%. Well, guys, I would love for you all to just super chat in too. Let us know how you felt about these shows, how you feel about things moving forward. Do you agree that this is really something that comes down to studio interference and the merger? Or do you think it's a lot of James Gunn announcing stuff prematurely and now we're seeing a backtrack? Yeah. Let us know how you feel about it. And I see some of you going off in the chat right now because I still have access to you. I'm going to live it up while I can. Some of you too are talking about casting choices. Hit us up with that. I would love to know who you'd want to see as Poison Ivy. That's such fun casting. Let us know. Oh man. PLD, I don't know if this is a thing. Someone keeps putting in the chat too to show me a clip from yesterday.
We want to introduce you to Mr. Cook. So give me
Thank you so much.
He's coming back. He's going to come back in Doomsday. We had a story yesterday about there might be a MacGuffin that been secret word potentially about Spider-Man and Wolverine might be looking for this character. This is like all rumors and who knows what's happening. I think they're looking for Mr. Cook.
I'd rather stick a hot iron in my mouth than welcome that serial murderer into this colony.
Besides, it's been so long since we've been to a party.
I'm not exaggerating.
You have offended me for the very last time, Mr. Cook. I demand satisfaction.
doing the slap killed me for some reason.
That was my favorite part.
Oh,
Actually, the
oh.
one that Kristian doesn't talk about on air when I play that, my favorite, but actually the end is that look. I don't know what he's done with the lips, like the music.
That is fantastic. What is that from?
Some student film or something he did way back in the day called Field of Honor. He mentioned it, and our friend in the chat, Alan Smithy, actually had a look. He found it for me at one point. I was like setting out the tendrils, and I had to play it in front of him.
Oh
It was
my
great.
God.
I should also play another clip since we're waiting for Kristian as well.
Heck yeah.
We do have the. I was asking Winston if there's going to be a return of Sydney to the Max. Sydney to the Max, a new season of that, because I liked this character again.
I need him to just like burst into every scene that he's ever in.
Right.
Like, I just want him to constantly be Kool-Aiding. Like, I love that. Just boom. Oh yeah, Winston.
Whenever I'm sad and lonely, boom, Winston comes in like
Just popped
that.
in.
I'm a happy guy. I'm a happy guy. all of a
It's true
sudden.
though. He has the best energy ever.
He really
I-
does.
We live pretty close by, and so every now and then I get to help him with his self tapes, and it's so fun. And it's always just like a little burst of joy in my day where I'm just like, I get to help Winston act today. Hell yeah, man!
So
I
much
love that
energy.
dude.
Me too.
Ugh.
Me too. You know, while we're here, I do want to throw something to you. I saw. Do you watch Only Murders in the Building?
Yes.
Okay. Did you see the news this morning?
No.
They have now cast Peter Capaldi as well. So we have 3 doctors in the cast this year: David Tennant, Jodie Whittaker, and Peter Capaldi. It is now a truly whodunit.
Oh my God, yes. That makes me so happy. Such
Very-
great actors too. Jodie is so underrated.
I love Jodie. I don't love her era of Doctor Who necessarily.
Sure.
I love her as the Doctor, though. I was actually
Yeah.
sad. I was not a big Chibnall guy.
Yeah.
He didn't quite have the right magic, the mix of things, unfortunately.
Nah, his Broadchurch was brilliant, and she's so good on that, as is Tennant. But
Right.
man, yeah, there were just some swings and misses in his era of Doctor Who.
Yes.
That's a
I think his
bummer.
last episode was probably his best when they unfortunately her regeneration. That kind of felt like, oh, this is what we've been missing the entire time. Now you got
Exactly.
it.
Yeah. Which,
Uh,
I just wanted him to be brave enough to do that the whole time.
Yes, take that swing and go for it. It was like he didn't
Yeah.
use any of the monsters at all. It was always new. I like the idea of let's get some new monsters to face the Doctor. I like that, but you kind of
Mhm.
mix in. You have a 60-year show. Use that to your advantage at times. And
Yeah.
I was just strange, but that's just me.
No,
We're
I'm
going
with
on
you.
Doctor Who. We never talk about Doctor Who on this show, so
Yeah. Rise up, Whovians. Let's go. If any of you have hard opinions on that, that is something I would love to talk about.
absolutely.
That would make me
absolutely.
so happy. PLG, do we have sponsors today?
We do. We can go ahead and rate our play out.
Let's
Let's
just-
talk about
yeah, let's-
Chaba.
Beautiful.
All right.
So for me, when I was a kid eating cereal, and who am I kidding? 2 months ago when I was eating cereal, I just think about being a kid though when I smell that smell of the cereal and watching Saturday morning cartoons. So that's what I love about Kachava. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I have like 1.5 bags left. And there's a brand new one that they just sent me that I blasted through. It's the cinnamon French toast one. But this is really amazing. So for Kachava, if you don't know what it is just an amazing nutritional drink that just gives you everything, and it's everything your body craves, and it's just one simple shake. It's made the cinnamon one is actually made with real cinnamon bark from the richest, kind of deepest, most authentic flavors, and you just take 2 scoops and it completes the nutrition that your body craves. It's got protein, it's got fiber, it's got greens, it's got so much more. And ever since Kachava came on as a sponsor, I've been going to the gym, having a shake, and it's just like, wow, it just energy, and I feel incredible. No artificial flavors, colors, sweeteners, no non-GMO, no soy, no animal products, no gluten, and no preservatives. That's what I loved about it. So many flavors that you can choose from. Treat yourself to a childhood favorite. You go to kachava.com, use the code Kristian, and you get 15% off your first order. That is Kachava, which is KACHAVA.com, and use my code Kristian. Go to kachava.com, use the code Kristian for 15% off of your first order.
Thank you,
Yes. I am a luchador, and I come from a proud line of luchadores. My grandfather was a luchador, my father was a luchador, and I am carrying on the tradition. But there is more to me than just this mask. I have a lovely wife and 2 beautiful children. We vacation in the south of France. I'm a big fan of cooking shows. And also, I am a successful businessman. And I'm trying to be top salesman of the year. Love it there, I love it. Carne molida, yes. It's not all suplex moves and jumping off the top of the chairs on top of somebody. Really? Where's the coffee? I want to be taken seriously. There is more to me than just this mask and my abilities in the ring to be a campeón.
Thank you to our sponsors and to Roca there. I will say, Kachava actually slaps. That stuff is great.
You just can't help yourself, PLD. You just can't help yourself. It's got to say, hold on, how do we do that? Hold on.
Oh, I was so excited. Oh.
Again, within seconds.
What?
I don't know how it keeps happening. And these are good ones. These are good ones. I have other glasses now somewhere. I don't know what happens. It's like the David Letterman pencil now. Ready? It's like, it's so stupid. It's like, I at least have these dumb things. Anyway, thank you,
It's
Chris.
all those sick gains at the gym.
Right? Look at that. Look at that. An idiot. So when it comes to the stories, first of all, thank you for doing that. Really appreciate it. Did you guys cover any of the stories?
Oh, we just went through the Catwoman Poison Ivy one.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's you guys covered. What was the overall thought about it?
I mean, basically, it comes down to what are we doing? And we talked about how this is kind of the through line for everything today is how do you move forward when you don't know who owns your studio? And also, how do you keep doing like villain projects without your Batman or knowing who your Batman is and which universe you're moving forward
100%.
with? I'd love to know your feelings on it, though. Were you excited about either of those shows potentially?
No. Because it's this, to me, it's the Star Wars Kathleen Kennedy model. Stop announcing things. Stop announcing things unless you know you're doing them for sure. Unless you have everybody locked in, stop announcing. You can have the plan to do it. You can put it all, but the problem is if you start announcing these and they start falling apart, it looks like the whole thing's falling apart, and that might not be the case at all. But it certainly doesn't look great when that happens. And then, did you kind of dive into the stuff that the other stuff is happening, like the Waller stuff? And
I touched on it's not a priority, but it's not shelved. Well, we can dive into that though.
Yeah,
I only mentioned.
Let's dive into that as well. And again, apologies, but it was a good. I'm getting ready. As we're like, I told people this as it was getting closer and closer. That's adorable. So the pilot, now I'm getting calls about it and everything. Now we just chose a logo for the Kickstarter thing. That was part of the conversation. We're now getting okaying all the tiers. We're just waiting for the approval. We have like the stuff that we're going to shoot for the actual video. I mean, like everything is now moving. So the stuff like what just happened just now will probably continue to happen. That's the reason I'm off for the next week. And speaking of which, next Monday will be Roca on Monday. Tuesday will be Roxy and Mike. Wednesday will be Roca and Winston again. Thursday will be Chris. Oh no, sorry. Wednesday will be Mike and Roca. Excuse me. Thursday will be Winston and Chris, and then Friday will be Winston and Chris again. So I'll be out all next week, but the crew will be holding down the fort.
So that means it's me and Roca by ourselves
on Monday, which will be enough of a show. And you're probably going to bang your head against the wall because you're probably going to wind up winning that day.
I'm so excited to watch.
Yeah, me too. So anyway, the other side, someone just mentioned Robert Pattinson before we get into this whole thing. I'm still talking about DC. I watched the drama last night. Have you seen that movie?
No, Logan and I want to watch it together. I'm so excited about it.
I don't know how I feel about it.
Really?
Like, I really like where they go with it and the idea and the interesting premise and the conversation that the movie makes you have. But they go in this kind of comedy tone where the story itself doesn't really go anywhere. And
Oh.
the characters are making so many stupid decisions that you're like, there could have been so much more there. And yeah, and it's like there's some I mean, it does morally ask you some questions is what I liked, right? But I
Okay.
just think that what's underneath the story wasn't enough to keep me interested. At the end of it, I went, and then I just turned. I didn't. It wasn't like I didn't think
It's going
about.
to be the pull quote for their.
That's it. I didn't really think about. Like sometimes, like, well, that's a movie you just think about. You know, like that. As soon as it was over, I
Mhm.
turned it off and I went right to sleep and didn't think about
Whoa.
it at all. I went right to bed.
Dang.
Yeah, it was fine. It was fine. But it wasn't terrible. It just was like. But I will say, Zendaya and Robert Pattinson are amazing. Like they're great. Like I just don't like the characters and where the characters kind of go. So,
Yeah. Interesting.
but it is
Okay.
definitely uncomfortable. Sam from Red Carpet said that it's an uncomfortable experience. Definitely, there's a lot of cringy shit going on there. Not where it's like, oh, why'd they do that? It's like they do it on purpose, and there's a lot of stuff that makes you again scratch your head. It just doesn't go anywhere. So
Mm.
anyway,
Hmm.
all right. Anyway, let's go back to the DC. Did you guys already run Kachava?
We did.
Okay, good. So
That's me. Hi. Am I still in charge?
no, you're
Ooh.
not. PLD did something. I don't know what he did. Blame PLD for that. How is it all messed up? What's happening here? PLD killing me. There we go. All right. PLD probably didn't do anything about it. It may still happen, but why is DC Studios' 2023 slate falling apart? 3 years later into James Gunn's DCU, its TV plans are beginning to look eerily familiar with HBO sidelining major projects. Was the slate ever really viable, or is the DCU just repeating the DCEU's mistakes? Over 3 years after James Gunn and Peter Safran unveiled their ambitious plans for a new DC universe, the franchise's television output, or lack thereof, takes us back to dark times for the brand. The DCU became infamous for announcing projects years before they were ready, only for many of them to disappear, be radically reworked, or maybe often than not be abandoned. DC Studios is already falling into a similar pattern. Gunn and Safran announced an impressive slate of big and small screen projects in January 2023, presenting Chapter 1 Gods and Monsters as the foundation of a carefully planned, interconnected universe. On television, that included Waller, Paradise Lost, Lanterns, Booster Gold, and Creature Commandos. Fast forward 3 years, and the picture is considerably less impressive. Creature Commandos arrived in 2024. Peacemaker Season 2 was a surprise addition to the slate that shoehorned DCEU characters into the DCU, and Lanterns arrives on HBO this Sunday. The rest, well, it's not looking good. The Ankler published an interesting report today suggesting that HBO is becoming increasingly selective about the DC projects that it wants to carry. That raises an interesting question about the relationship between DC and HBO. Does the premium network actually want a steady stream of DC Universe programming? If executives watched Supergirl and Peacemaker Season 2, probably not. Comic book fans aren't the premium cable network's target audience. Lanterns is perhaps the clearest example of the disconnect. Despite being one of the most important pieces of the DCU's small screen strategy, its marketing campaign has remarkably been muted. Gunn himself previously acknowledged that HBO handles marketing differently from theatrical releases, but dull trailers and posters that appeared scared to acknowledge that it's a comic book series seems telling. That's not fair, though, because I want to make sure Chris's audio is on here too. It is. That's not fair, and because the last two have been very strong on that side. So.
Yeah.
I think Josh is off on that one. It also raises an uncomfortable question about Gunn's original 2023 slate. Did he ever intend to make all these projects, only to discover that actually getting them into production was far more difficult than expected? Let's see if there's anything else. This is a real concern in 3 years. The problem isn't that Waller or Paradise Lost haven't been delayed or scrapped. It's the grand plan presented in 2023 increasingly bears little resemblance to actually what's being made. That was one of DCEU's biggest problems. Constant changes created the impression that nobody really knew where the universe was going. Okay. So a few things, because to acknowledge also, I do think it's funny because, Mike and Josh Wilding went on DC. I do think that Josh is exceptionally hard on DC products. I do, but I don't think he's wrong about a lot of the stuff that he's saying here.
Yeah.
And I think that the thing is that what also has to be acknowledged here is because they don't know who their bosses are anymore. Because with the whole Paramount thing, that's the other side of it, where who knows what kind of meetings are happening where, well, we don't really want those shows moving forward. We don't want that happening. We want to be able to, if we take over this thing, we want you to focus on Batman. We want you to focus on Wonder Woman. We want you to focus on Aquaman. I don't think that Brave and the Bold thing is another thing that's ever going to happen. I think that's another one. And if I was Zaslav or Ellison, I'd say scrap that, please. We don't want, we need a younger Batman. We don't want an older Batman with this kid, and Damian Wayne is the one who's now it's too obscure to start off up top. And Andy Muschietti's still doing it. I don't buy that for a second. And all these side project things, the Jimmy Olsen show, it's like, what are you doing? I don't really get the strategy behind it, because they're not in a position right now of everybody going, what do you got? Everything's working. And it's also not a coincidence, as I mentioned. Well, Creature Commandos went out, Peacemaker went out, Superman went out. It's all gun stuff. There you go. He wanted to do it. Now, Supergirl, you can look and pretty much say that I think there's a lot of gun influence there, obviously, and we'll see with Lanterns. But there needs to be a turnaround in their strategy already. But I don't know how you feel about it, Kris. What do you think?
No, I'm with you on this, especially when we hear about a show like Booster Gold getting prioritized still.
Right.
Where, again, if you are a comic book fan, it's, oh, that's a cool character. You know, he first appeared in like 1986, so he's kind of fresher in terms of DC's like mythos and everything. And we love, you know, like a scallywag, a kind of scoundrel who time travels. That's fun. But your average moviegoer is going to go, huh? Who?
Right.
Who the hell is that? It's so weird to... The things they're prioritizing don't make sense. And also the things that are kind of on the table, you can't do anything with. And again, that's the through line today is, how do you move forward when you have no idea who owns your studio,
right,
and how things are going to shake out and who's going to control what? The idea of having an older Batman, though, is always something that has bothered me, unless we are going to do the kind of Elseworlds thing or give us, again, Batman Beyond of, sure, you can give me an older Bruce Wayne, a retired or on his way out to retirement Bruce Wayne. If you give me Terry McGinnis and you have that kind of fun Batman meets Blade Runner world happening somewhere else. But otherwise, you need to be thinking about the longevity of this. Frankly, having somebody older play Batman makes me think that this universe is not long for this world anyway.
Right.
Because if you're not thinking in terms of, I do need somebody who can be in this role for the next 10, 15 years, I don't really know what you're doing. Hi, buddy. I'm dog sitting, you guys. So Trico is incredibly needy. So that's why he's here. It's just he can hear visuals. But yeah, it's just a weird situation right now where I feel like no one knows what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's tough to judge in general. You know, and you know where the old Batman would work? If you brought Christian Bale back and it continued. Because you've been established with him as young Batman to see the beginning, to see through it. And if it's like, okay, now he's old Batman. It's like, well, I know his history. I know how he got there. Like they did like the old Batman already kind of with Ben Affleck, you know, like he was grizzled. He had gone through some shit. It would have been great to go back and see how all that stuff happened. Like when they had the suit there and you saw like something went down, like,
or even Keaton in The Flash, you know, and I know that's a different universe again, but still
no, 100%, because you've already established him as that Batman, but to just jump in with old Batman when he hasn't been established in general, it's a trickier task. And I don't know why you'd want to put yourself in that position, especially when you're essentially competing with Robert Pattinson as the Batman right now, because even like, oh no, people can handle it. It's not a matter of just handling it. It's a matter of saying, okay, you've got two competing Batman. There 100% people are going to say, I either like that person better or I like that person better. And it's one thing to say, well, Christian Bale's my favorite Batman. Well, Ben Affleck's mine. They weren't competing against each other. Bale had already had his movies. And then Affleck had his movie, Keaton had his movies. And so that conversation will always, who do you like the best of all the Batman? Sure, when it's spread out in the same way that you had that conversation about Bond. But you don't have two Bonds going at the same time.
When it cannibalizes your audience. Because
100%.
if I do have two of them, it's, I really like the gritty stuff. I'm going to wait for that next Matt Reeves one.
Yeah.
Or it's, oh man, I really love the Gunn universe. So like Matt Reeves, that's not for me. You're just splitting everything.
I don't know why you do it. Yeah. It's like, because people automatically go, no, audiences can handle it. No, you can handle it, because if you're in that mindset of saying, you know what, I just want to see it all. Give me a Batman. I'll take Batman movies all day long. You're not in the majority, because you look at the ticket sales and everything else too. people choose what they want to see. And if there's 2 Batman movies that are coming out within 6 months of each other, or even a year of each other, you're going to confuse people. The regular going audience is going to be they don't know about James Gunn's universe connected to this. They don't know that. What's the difference? Is Pattinson is that Superman guy going to show up in his Pattinson thing? You're like, no. Oh, well then what's this Batman doing? It's multiverse. Their heads get tired, and they say forget about it. And it doesn't. And it. So I don't know why you'd want to do that to yourself.
No, and again, we have to recognize everyone who's watching the show obviously loves movies and goes to the theater and will see everything, right?
Right.
I know people who are in this industry who will do Chris, you have an A-list? You can justify seeing a movie a week? Okay.
Right.
Like, not everyone is going to go run to theaters for everything and to experience everything. Right. So there is a lot of, and I hate doing this because, as somebody in this industry who really wants to love the creative aspects of it, you do have to think about things marketability and its ability to be consumed by everyone. So you're trying to, tick a lot of boxes for a lot of different people. And again, having a confusing and muddled universe with multiple people were on board with Marvel for a long time. And then the multiverse thing kind of turned them off. We're kind of jumping headfirst into multiverse over here with DC, and it's something that just doesn't work.
100%. And it's like, and so this is my favorite. The comment contrarian is back. They can handle 2 Batman. Okay, tell my dad that. Tell my brother that, who are just tired of this, and then tell them that. You know what, PLD, do me a favor. Send this fucking guy the link. I'm tired of the comment. Send him the link. Anthony Cheeseman, we've been through this long enough. Come into the fucking show and let's talk. We've been through it enough. Come on in. You didn't do anything trolly. Sometimes I invite the trolls. He's just always a contrarian. He's a very loyal listener. He's here all the time, and he's not being a dick at all. But he's always a contrarian and does this on purpose. Send him the fucking link, please. I want to have that conversation. I just want to have that conversation because I'm tired of the contrarian stuff through text. I hate it. Okay. So no, we don't have 2 Spider-Man at the same time. What because of the animated? That's different. That's completely fucking different. And the Godzilla movies are again completely different. You have the Godzilla -1 thing, which is almost like an independent film, right? And then you have the completely mindless popcorn shoving in the face. It's completely different. Where how those 2 audiences, or that brand doesn't need to not confuse the audience, right? It doesn't. Godzilla. It doesn't lock up, and people are standing around there not thinking that it needs to lock up. With Batman, you can't be lazy and just do a popcorn movie with Batman. You can do that with Godzilla. So anyway, let's think about this in general, where you're going to have more of the stuff that DC is doing. And I think that the plan, once we find out what's happening with Paramount in general, that's when you're going to start to get whatever this new slate is in general. Yeah. So, and speaking of which, Paramount is now open to the CNN sale in order to close the merger. So, this is a major story that has been developing. Obviously, they are scrambling to try to find any way to get this done. And it looks like CNN has been the main piece of this thing. It really has been, regardless of what people say. But attempting to resolve California's antitrust suit over the $110 billion merger with Warner Bros. Discovery, Paramount Skydance is reportedly exploring multiple options, including a possible sale of CNN. Reuters is reporting that Paramount Skydance Chief Legal Officer Macon Delaram attended Politico's California agency conference on Tuesday, where he reportedly stated that a possible sale of CNN is on the table. California Attorney General Rob Bonta is leading 11 other U.S. state attorney generals is challenging the merger, the last major regulatory obstacle after the UK cleared the takeover following the 5-year guarantee on programming and editorial independence for Channel 5 News from the CNN International and CBS News. The U.S. states challenging the merger claim that it would create a media behemoth that could raise prices and reduce competition in film and television markets. The other week, a federal judge set the dates for the antitrust trial for March next year. This week, media reports have claimed that Paramount is considering pulling company operations out of California altogether. Delaram says there is a point at whether you have a duty to your shareholders, and those are the factors that you consider. Taking out talking about California's likely next governor, former U.S. Health Secretary Xavier Becerra Delaram says, if I was governor, I wouldn't want to lose Hollywood from the state. I wouldn't want to lose a major company like Paramount to another state. Separately, a Wall Street Journal report today indicates Paramount has discussed creating an editorial board for CNN and establishing other safeguards to protect the network's editorial independence. The company responded to that claim, telling the outlet, we will always remain open to internal improvements to journalistic integrity. Sounds like a lot of rhetoric. Sounds like a lot of I don't really understand what really is being said here, right? It's like, okay, yeah, we're up for selling them. We're up for selling it. It just depends. We might sell to people like with the same beliefs that we do. We'll sell to somebody else who is going to do the same thing. It's like, well, wait, is it off the table in general? Is it like what's? I don't know how they're going to do that, but I think they're basically saying, hey, we're not opposed to that. If that's what this is, if that's what's holding this up, then we're good. And I think they're going to do what it takes, I think, to get this done, though. I think they're going to pull all the strings that they can. I think well, we don't sell it, we're leaving. I don't think that's going to happen either. I think that's just an empty threat. But it is not wrong that if it does happen, it could be hurt. I mean, it will be extremely hurtful to California if that happens. With if they do and want to put all this material out there, what Paramount ultimately wants to do. I don't know, Kris. You look at this. What do you make of all of it?
It's a lot of PR and legalese.
Right.
It's a lot of that. We don't want to say anything wrong. We don't want to say anything untrue, but also we want to just see how we can play this right now. Again, they have to, as they're going through this entire merger, you have to think about how your current stockholders and shareholders are feeling about it. And you have to make sure that you are trying to play ball along the way. So when they do these things of, what if we don't sell this to them? Or what if this isn't included? Or how can we make this work? The issue here is ultimately we're still talking about a monopoly. Yeah. No matter how you feel about the situation or who's buying it or any of their political machinations, it's a monopoly and there are laws against that. So right now it's how much can you dismantle to avoid that situation happening? I've seen a lot of people too bring up like if the Disney Fox merger is allowed, this kind of thing should be allowed. And that frankly probably shouldn't have been. Right. We are getting to the point where our entertainment corporations are getting smaller and smaller and smaller, again, as they all cannibalize each other. And that is not what we legally should allow to happen. So there's a lot of hoops they're going to have to jump through to make sure that this sale is above board from a legal standpoint. I'd agree with you that the threat of leaving California feels like an empty threat. It feels like something they wouldn't do because I think that is part of the appeal is being in Hollywood and having this kind of historic studio be part of your legacy, because that's something at least the Ellisons have talked about in their decision to purchase. Mm-hmm. The article goes on to hear from Becerra, who is a potential new governor for California, who has stated how incredibly important it is that we keep this company here in the state. So I'm sure there will be some kind of negotiation to keep everything here. It is a big part of why California is one of the largest economies in the world, is because the movie industry is here. And we continue to see companies dismantle that and go and outsource things, mostly because those companies don't want to pay for people's healthcare or things like that. Right. That's why we see people moving to England for so many productions now. Marvel is almost entirely over there. They've almost entirely pulled out of Georgia. So at the end of the day, it is going to come down to, I really feel, how legal can we make this sale? How can we just get away with it not fully being a monopoly so that all these members of legislation are happy? And that's messy and complicated and far above my pay grade. It's true. I mean, it's like, as far as the Disney side of things, so Disney and Fox, the difference is that Disney didn't buy all of Fox. They just bought the studio. You know, they bought the film and TV stuff. They didn't buy. Fox still operates as a company. Exactly. Yeah, and that's the kind of similar thing here is what can we get rid of? Yeah. So that we're like that. Right. And I think that's what's happening with the dismantling of some stuff. And that's what they should do if they want to actually get. I mean, if you really do want to make movies, like you said, then buy the movie stuff. If you really want to buy the the TV and the movie stuff, then buy the entertainment stuff and prove that that's all you really want to do.
And that's ultimately why Netflix probably would have gotten it a lot easier, because that's what they did. They were only buying that. There was a lot of stuff that they weren't buying. So that's probably the kit and caboodle side of it is probably what screwed them up. It's also why they probably got it at a better, over Netflix, because they did offer more and do that because they wanted more, but it's only going to go splash back in their face because they're not going to get all of it. But anyway, I'm very curious what people think and how this is all going to. This story is, again, not going to go away anytime soon. So put your thoughts in there. Let us know. What I will say, as far as the comments go, don't beat up on Anthony Cheeseman in the comments, please. Too, it's like he's not that opinion that he thinks that. I just wanted to see if you wanted to have the debate on it, but you shouldn't. Don't go after him if he thinks that I fully feel that he's 100% wrong. But again, Anthony, here's the thing: he was saying things that. And every comment that he put in there, I thought was fair. Like, I think there could be two Batman. I have my opinion on it. And then he says some fucking stupid things like someone Fifi's hurt. Don't be an asshole about it. Sit around and have the actual conversation, because everything else he said, I agree with you. That's why I wanted to have the debate with you. It's like, but don't pile up on him. That's not fair. If he believes that he thinks that two Batman people could handle the two Batman, it's a fair comment to say. I think he's wrong. I just don't think that is gonna happen. Because in the same way that. Because I think his point was, well, it's Batman, so Batman can handle anything. Well, people didn't show up to the Flash when the Batman was in there. It's like Batman and Robin is considered one of the worst movies of all time, and it almost sunk the entire franchise. Batman doesn't always work, and especially if it's at a place where DC is right now, with a tone that DCU they're still trying to figure out. The Batman is clearly working inside of that dark tone. That does seem to work. I mean, look at the Joker. Just the spinoff, even Joker 2, which bombed. It's like people were really excited about that movie because of where it kind of locked into it.
I have a clip from this show that is aged like milk of me being like, I think this movie's going to make a lot of money.
But it's not. It wasn't a crazy opinion to have.
No.
No, that wasn't a crazy opinion to have. The second movie was going to. Did you say it after you saw the movie or before?
No, I said it before.
Right.
Where I was like, I think this will tick a lot of bucks for people. And I say, this is somebody who doesn't like the Joker, which I can commiserate with you here, Anthony, I've had a lot of opinions that people have been like, Kris, Carr, you dumb. No.
Yeah.
So like, everyone's entitled to an opinion. Everyone has an opinion. Your opinion doesn't have to make you behave like an asshole, though. That's the difference.
That's all it is. And, so there you go. All right, let's keep moving. Let's see what we got, and then we're going to try to get to these questions. If there's anything else here. Oh yeah, I do want to cover this because we covered this and it was perfect because I think Chris Carr was on the show when we talked about this in the first place, and that's the Barbie news. Yeah, we talked about how Barbie was kind of being held up. Speaking of Warner Brothers, because there was the cast wanted a bump, and they were going, no, you can't have it. Well, it looks like that might change. The Barbie team has been offered massive paydays, is the new report, where it should have reported right after it's rightfully so. 2 weeks ago came the news that time is running out on a Barbie sequel, as Warner Brothers needs to lock down a deal with Greta Gerwig, along with actress-producer Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling, and co-writer Noah Baumbach before December. If one isn't made by then, Barbie IP owners Mattel would have to exit from Warner Brothers and essentially reboot it all over again. No talent or story elements from the original would be allowed. Warner Brothers was also said to have been negotiating with Gerwig and Gosling for months, but those talks have stalled as Warner Brothers Discovery chief David Zaslav has taken a stand against massive pay demands. Now, Variety has further details. They indicate the studio has made more than 6 offers in the past 3 years, and all of them have been rejected. Studio source says the offers were the highest Warner Brothers has ever offered a filmmaking team and its stars, dubbing it life-changing money. The deal includes pay bumps and upfront fees and generous increases in back-end participation, though not first-dollar gross. A secondary source adds that while the overall package has set a benchmark, the individual compensation does not set any record. CAA, which represents all 4, has not countered the latest offer. One pay offer was revealed, with Gosling said to be asking for $20 million. Robbie would likely get some considerably more. She is said to have earned over $50 million on the first film in acting and producing roles. All this comes about because the previous deals with them include 0 legal obligations for a sequel, meaning new negotiations had to take place. Trade also confirms that Gerwig and Baumbach had an idea for a sequel but aren't sharing it until the agreements are signed. Sources say the sequel will not move forward unless Warner Brothers comes around, with everyone at the studio keen to move forward. Bar Zaslav, one rival executive summed it up to the trade classic Zaz. One possibility is that should the Paramount Warner deal go through, Ellison could reactivate the Mattel rights and bring the creatives back to the fold. That's probably what they're going for at the end there, because they probably think that's going to happen. Yeah, this is Zaslav really not caring about this, and stupidly, I think, too, because, and what's even crazier is, I just thought at this point, when you're putting together movies like this, you just sign them to a sequel just in case.
Yeah.
How do you not have them sign for a sequel on this thing?
Well, especially when you go to CinemaCon and you act like the person who has championed it from the beginning.
Right.
This is all you.
Right. It's like, how, I don't know. I'm like, what do you, how do you do that? I mean, I guess already, if you look at that and you say from what they both want, well, people are saying 70 million. It's not, Margot Robbie didn't make 50 million up front on that. She made it in back end and other things though too. So you took back end deals and other things that you could potentially do with them, and depending on how the movie does. But as far as the budget goes, you'd have to if you're giving Ryan Gosling 20, you're gonna have to give Margot at least 30, right? So let's say it's 30. That's $50 million already on just two actors. So that movie's already going to be going into the $225, $250 million budget. Now, if you're looking at what the first one did, then it might be worth the risk, considering that sequels of a popular movie usually do better anyway. It's probably worth the risk. But it sounds what it is Zaslav is just making that stance of like, well, this is what I do. This is how I do it. And I don't really care because I have these other things and I'm kind of shitting out money anyway at this point. And I don't need the Barbie money because I got Paramount's money right now. I don't know how it sounds dopey.
It does. Absolutely. And I mean, gosh, what a hell of a situation to be in too, of, oh, if we don't come to an agreement, you can't ever do this again with like any of the stuff we've established.
Right.
You got to start from square one here, which is great for the creative team side of things of, hey, if we don't like how you're handling business, too bad. You can't use any of the stuff that we've already established. That's on you.
Yeah.
I typically, and I understand that like, I just need to state my kind of like issue with Zaslav off the top anyway. He's not known for making things. He's not. And that's not what his job is. His job has been to be a garage sale.
Mm-hmm.
He's been there to dismantle WB and sell it off for parts. And when there is a win, that's cool.
Right.
But personally, from watching what he's done, I feel he has no job involved in there. It's like the Pam Abdus and stuff who are making things work, who are champion films. I think though, I keep reading the phrase, life-changing money being offered to this team.
Yeah.
And I think that is what you do offer, though, at this point for something that made that much money.
Of course.
And that has such high expectations placed upon it. Now, do I personally feel like we need a sequel to Barbie? No. I don't know what you would do with that. There certainly have been sequels that, to your point, right, do make a ton of money and do very well financially, but also critically done well. Toy Story 2 is something that was very well received. There are examples of a sequel that is fantastic and recaptures the lightning in the bottle.
Yeah.
This was such a stylized, specific movie that I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. So you do need to have a really strong creative game plan going into it. Otherwise, you do run into like a Joker 2 situation where it's just a totally different movie that does not resonate and doesn't hit even your core audience who loved it. So I just don't know why they didn't have these things in place.
I know.
Ultimately.
Crazy.
But again, it just comes down to Zaslav, I don't think is particularly strong studio head. I think he's really great at doing sales to get somebody else to do stuff.
100%. And I think this was always the plan. I think it was always the plan to sell it off eventually, acquire it, sell it off. And then even what he's doing with Ellison right now, I think he knows that it's going to happen or not, but he's still going to make hand over fist. He doesn't care.
Yeah. He's got a golden parachute no matter what happens.
So, and he doesn't care about these movies. It happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And so he's not caring about the audience that really cares about it. That's part of the cold corporate head that he is. But anyway, curious to see if people are going to make this happen. I do think though this will be one of the things that Paramount, if they do get Warner Bros., makes a priority and does find a way to lock it back in, get those contracts, get people back. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I think once Paramount takes over, they're gonna make this happen, because it's going to be one of those out of the 30 movies that they are going to try to do a year. That would be a big movie for them. So I do have one more thing that I wanted to discuss before we get into the questions. And I mentioned the End of Oak Street reactions that came out, but the reviews are actually out now too. I haven't put my review out yet. I did my Out of the Theater. I'll do my review later, but I wanted to kind of go over a few of these questions, a few of these reviews that came out, and we will discuss and see where it stands. Reviews are in for David Robert Mitchell's mystery thriller with dinosaurs, The End of Oak Street, with 95 reviews counted so far. It sits at 83% on Rotten Tomatoes and a much more average 67 out of 100 on Metacritic. That Rotten Tomatoes score is higher than any of the Jurassic World films. The film sees a mysterious cosmic event ripping Oak Street from suburbia and transporting their neighborhood to someplace unknown. Produced by J.J. Abrams, the film is said to be a great big homage to Spielberg's 80s Amblin movies, ranging from his own works to the like of The Goonies and Gremlins. Some have liked that approach, and some have not. Let's see. David Ehrlich says, a crowd-pleasing but winkily mean-spirited Amblin homage that perfectly captures the sweet menace of movies like Gremlins and The Goonies. David Rooney. Rooney! Arr! While it's mindlessly entertaining in a big, dumb, fun kind of way, this is a movie that doesn't seem to know what it wants to be beyond a worshipful homage to the 80s. I disagree with that. Let's see. Is anybody I know here? Amy Nicholson. How great if this type of four-quadrant filmmaking didn't have to cosplay it as a begotten relic. Oh, wow. I like Amy, but I don't agree with this one. If it could take courage from these dinosaurs and thrive into modern times. See, there was obviously way more positive. I read the two stinker reviews there too, but I really enjoyed this movie. And maybe it's because I've just been so let down by the Jurassic World movies in the last few. This was a movie that I liked the homage side of it, and it wasn't just relying on the homage side of it, because because a lot of those movies from the 80s, and they didn't have this movie gets pretty graphic at points, and it gets and it all, as I said, it's almost like A24 made Land of the Lost is what it felt like to me.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah, and I liked. I mean, and there's a lot of story holes. There's some things. There's in the there's a spoiler conversation I want to have about a particular thing that happens at the end, and I said, well, wait a minute. But I enjoyed it enough that and the chemistry between Anne Hathaway and Ewan McGregor, I liked it. I thought it was. I think the audience is going to dig it when they see it. And I said this is absolutely a movie that you should see in the theater, because it's it was one of those movies where people are oohing and on and jumping around and feel like a Universal Studios ride, and I think that's kind of what people have been waiting for with Jurassic World, and it just hasn't hit there since the first one.
Yeah. I'm going to be real honest. I'm excited about it because it looks like campy and popcorny.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to just go see people fighting dinosaurs. That's it. That's all I need.
Then you're going to dig it.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit more intricate, that you they let you care about the characters a little bit more than they do in this other dopey Jurassic World movies.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's what it's 83%. I'm happy with that if I'm the production team.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it does. We'll see. Okay. Chris Carr, it's time for some questions. Now, in order
Let's
to
do it.
you got to beat Mike. Can you do it? We shall see. We're going to start with Ron H., who's been helping everybody out. Did you know that Porky's is a Canadian film? It was so funny. My wife had her best friend in town, and they're like, we're going to watch Porky's tonight. We haven't seen it in forever. And I was like, I don't think the movie is going to hold up the way you guys think that it did. And they bailed after 15 minutes. Because they remember, because it was Porky's was when back in the day when Porky's came on, it was you felt like you were doing something wrong when you were watching it. And it was, and even the way that it works now, people are so spoiled with how they find movies now. You want to watch something, you just search for it and you watch it. Didn't work like that back in the day. You had to wait and what's on? Oh shit, Porky's is on. Let's watch it. And it became that kind of movie. Porky's doesn't do the kind of thing that it would do today if it was made. It's just because you get a dime a dozen like those movies now, but it was different. Real life entertainment. I loved Chris Carr.
Oh man, thank you so much. You should definitely listen to more of my stuff. I'm in my 1-800-Flowers campaign got renewed, so you'll hear me this holiday season.
Oh, that's great.
So that's cool. And if you want to learn about voiceover, you guys, I've got a boot camp on August 22nd. Come hang out with me. Come learn about voiceover. It's on Zoom.
Okay, good. Easy peasy. Ron H., We're not saying we're not doing it. We're just not doing it. Studio statements are awesome. My shiz don't stink at all, except when it does all the time. Pay me, I could write better statements. Some of these statements are ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah, I think that I don't know. But it's like you said, it's all PR stuff, right, Kris?
100%.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Just sending this out. Okay, let's see. Next one is Triple Killer 51. I just want actual metahuman villains in the Reeve universe. Mr. Freeze, Clayface, Poison Ivy, Bane. If Snyder can ground the metahumans, so can Reeves. Yeah, I'm not I kind of am on the same page with you there, Triple, because as much as I love Matt Reeves, I don't think you have to stand true to the Nolan philosophy of let's just keep it grounded and nothing else is metahuman. I think you can find a way to maneuver it in there. I think I don't think you have to stand, true to it, but I don't know. What do you think, Kris?
There's definitely a way to do it. I know I bring it up all the time, but the Batman the Animated Series, there's so many wonderful nuanced moments, and that is what created Mr. Freeze as we know him today. I think that's a really great story to launch you into some things that, while there is science behind it, while there is some like real world sci-fi kind of stuff you can do there, it's a good kind of like gateway drug into getting into then like, oh, okay, so he did that to himself. Oh, Pamela Isley did this to herself. And then we start bringing in other folks. Same thing with Clayface, right? We have that. So it is a procedure that's gone wrong. Yeah. These are really great places to start. So then you can get more fantastical.
Agreed. I'd like to see them actually do this. There are a few more chats that were submitted by the beginning of the show that I want to read real quick. We'll get to Alan's in a second, but Ron actually started some off beforehand. Let me just double check and make sure. Yeah, Ron was actually the first one. He said, "Happy Thursday to all. Kris has an uphill road to walk. Yesterday's show with Rocador and Ebony was an instant classic. Can Kris come from nowhere to win it all? I have no idea because I'm not psychic." Well, they're not actually in the lead. If you're just saying the actual, like, the show itself, that's something else. That's something else. But as far as the lead, Mike's the one that she's got to beat. Ron says, "I'm going to say it. Christian's image on the graphic is suggestive. The man has sparkling water on faces, and now he has constant O faces looking to service people. I don't know. Seems sketchy. Sexy but sketchy. Love you. Thank you. I guess, look, people always just they come after me for the thumbnails. Go after Luke. Go after Luke right under the bus. Go after him.
I had to look it up because it was Chris Carr. What is the deal with that? And I went, I don't know what it looks like.
I don't know. I'm not sure either. I didn't say PLD. Dude, where's the thumbnail? You want to PLD? Like I asked them to just figure out quantum physics about when I said, "Where's the thumbnail?" Like, God forbid you ask the producer where the thumbnail is. He just goes into the fucking sweats. He's like, I don't know. Yeah, okay, that's fair.
I have so many tabs open. I just got to maneuver to find it. That's all I'm doing.
Sure. Okay. I can see you, even though everyone else can't. Okay. Next one. All right. All right, here we go. Let me get back to it. And it is Gopala 01. Cyclops as if Captain America acts like Daredevil. Yeah, I can see that. I understand what you're saying there. Yeah. Ron H. Oak Street, 9:45 tonight at my favorite new theater, the chain in Quebec, Cinestars. Fuchs Cineplex. Oh man, did you know that I'm still banned in Kirkland? I'm sorry about that. Some corporos get so butthurt. Fuch dem. Oh, okay. And then next film is Paw Patrol, Revenge of the Rabies. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Ron H. And then I think we're all set up from there on. Okay. So now we get back to Alan. Kate Mulligan and Jen Kemp are back on the new episode of Settle the Score. Great to see them back in the YouTube sphere. I did see that. I saw that pop up on my suggestions. So I'll have to check that out. I actually reached out to Kate when I saw that because I haven't talked to Kate in a little bit. So that's great. I love both Kate and Jen Kemp. So it's cool to see that they're competing against one another. They're awesome.
Real quick.
Yes, Billy.
This is from yesterday. As I mentioned earlier, yesterday. We missed one from yesterday. So.
Oh, this is yesterday. Okay. Hope you're well. Love Brand New Day. I find the John Watts and No Way Home hate really weird. I think it's been mentioned. I cannot wait for Dune Part 3. Oh, yeah, I'm with you. It's so stupid.
I don't get it. It's so dumb.
Stupid. It's like people just find new things. But this is kind of going back to my point. Anthony Cheeseman bailed on us because he didn't want to, because I mentioned that, I didn't like that he had a different opinion than I, and I wanted to talk to him about it, and he left. But what the thing is, I bring that comment back up with LJ again, Holmes, because this is the thing. Is that you should be able to share your opinion no matter what it is. But this is my point to Anthony is that even though this John Watts thing, and you can bring it down now, and the No Way Home hate is out there and people are talking about it, it's such a small sphere. It's so small. Now, to John Watts, it probably doesn't feel small because it's probably like getting bombarded with things on Instagram. But like in general, and this is not against John Watts, this is the same thing with Destin Daniel Cretton. If you talk to most people you stop on the street, if I went down there right now and I broadcast and I stopped 5 people walking the street and I said to them, hey, you know there's a new Spider-Man movie out? They'd say, yes, I do know. It's one of the biggest movies. It's everywhere. If I said, hey, do you know who's in it? Most likely they're going to tell me Zendaya and they'll probably say Tom Holland. Maybe some of them. If I said who directed it, I bet you all 5 of them have no idea.
No.
Now you might get, and this is the biggest movie maybe ever. And so when you see things like that with the hate and everything too, it's such a small thing. Even though it feels large, it's a small thing.
It's just because they're loud. And I will say, y'all, it's a special kind of mean to tag people too, to give them like your shitty hot takes about how they've personally failed you in some way. That's not cool. That's a weird use of your time. You could do so many cool, fun things and creative things yourself instead of tagging someone to let them know you don't like them. That's just weird behavior. It's kind of loser behavior, if I'm being honest.
That's a Finstock quote. You didn't even know it. It's amazing. So you're right, but it's like, I don't know. It's just because people don't feel when you're behind a computer and you see these things, you don't feel like the people you're talking to are real.
Oh yeah.
And it's also why I say to these things too. And again, I'm bringing it up, even though he got offended and ran out the door. I wanted to have an actual conversation with Anthony because like I said, I didn't think he was trolling. I just think like in the same way that if I was talking to Roka and I said to Roka, I'm like, what are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense what you're saying. And we discussed it. We had the conversation. He decided to run away, but I would have liked to have actually had the conversation. That's why I offered to say, come in here and talk about it. Because I think that's the thing is people don't talk to each other in a face-to-face. Because I'd actually, and one of the reasons I wanted to have PLD send that thing out to him because I would like to said, oh, you know what? You make a point there that I couldn't have gotten through that chat. And that makes sense that maybe people would want to see it if they did it that way. But, again, you offer people conversation what they're comfortable with. And again, who knows what he was comfortable with or what he wasn't. But I just think that too many times people will comment and do things and not realize that the person that you're talking to is a real person. And they just think, oh, I see him on screen. I see him in this. I can just say what. And I'm not talking about anything. I'm talking about people in the John Watts situation and other things like that is. Oh, you know what? He directed this. Well, F you. And they don't need it. And look at the guy with the Matt Lillard thing that just happened. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That was weird.
Yeah.
That was weird. And that's the other thing where it's like, so people who don't know, the guy, I guess, approached Matt Lillard at something and told him some Scream theory. And I've sat with Matt Lillard now 3 different times. He's a funny dude. He treats everybody like he's known you for years. He makes you feel comfortable. He talks to you in a way that it's just like, he'll goof. He'll have this. So maybe inside of this conversation, the guy told him a theory and he said, like, I don't know what he told. He said, what drugs were you on? Or he said something. He said something.
Yeah, what were you smoking?
What were you smoking? He said to him, whatever. And he was probably being funny, Matt Lillard. The guy takes offense to it. Right.
And hold on to it.
It also shows that not everybody has a sense of humor or your sense of humor. Right. So you always got to be careful with certain things.
Yeah. And Anthony, just again, like, hey, man, I'm sorry that the comments dogged on you, too. That was pretty uncool chat of everyone. Again, everyone can have an opinion, but we didn't need to double down like that.
No, we didn't. And I guess that's and I'll apologize on that as far as like if it came across like it was like, go get him. I didn't want that to happen at all. I just wanted to share. I always try to share the chat with somebody if they want to have a conversation. Sometimes people coming in and being turds, but I didn't think he was being a turd. Just thought he had an opinion I just didn't agree with.
Yeah,
anyway,
100.
When it comes to the Lillard side of it, is that this guy gets up and goes, "Oh, you lost me as a fan." Matt Lillard did. You know what? He walked away and goes, "I'm not dealing with Jamie Kenney's." Like, "Oh, well, let's go into this." He's like, "Let's move on," and that's exactly what he should have done. Because first of all, you don't know what people are going through. Else too, but what are you doing? you doing? Oh, you lost me as a fan. Good, then just lose him as a fan. They just don't watch him anymore. You tell the guy that in the middle of the thing. Now, who knows if this guy had anything wrong with him, if he's going through stuff, if maybe he's been diagnosed with something. I don't know anything about him. He immediately got booed. He might be a guy that just is just maybe there's something wrong with him. Maybe he's not a good public speaker. Maybe he's, who knows, could have something off. But if that is the truth, if that is the fact, then people around him should say, no, don't take the microphone. If you know that can happen. So anyway, okay, let's move on to the next one, and let's get to Mike Joyce. Those dogs you're watching are so adorable, Kris. Yeah,
thank you. It's Pippin and Iggy.
Yeah,
they're my
great.
best friend's dogs, and then this is my little guy Trico.
Yeah,
Gimli's in his little pup mint.
Jumped down pretty far there. Sorry. This is Ron H. Favorite Doctor is a toss-up between Tennant and Smith, but Capaldi had some amazing episodes, especially with River Song. Hello, sweetie.
Oh, okay. Capaldi and River, gosh, so good. Yeah, I'm Team Tennant too. Yeah.
I'm a Capaldi guy. Love Capaldi.
Oh, yeah.
This is what I heard.
You absolutely called it.
Yeah. Derek Johnson, the big DJ. 10 memberships there. That's big, DJ. Thank you, DJ.
Thank you.
PLD sent me your text. I'll shoot you over an email. Johnny Bertrez, more cancellations. I'm convinced Gunn is out. I think that I don't want to say that's not factual, but I also don't want to say that it is factual, because we got to see. It really is all dependent on the Paramount thing, and it's dependent on Man of Tomorrow. That's it. Aiden, bad reception to SG and bad DCPR. What's SG? What's SG?
Stargate? Supergirl.
Oh,
okay.
okay, thank you. Thank you. In bad reception to Supergirl and bad DCPR 3 days before Lanterns drops. Bad time to be a DC film fan, but great time for the actual comics. Absolute verse rules. Well, that's a good point. I mean, for people who are checking out the comics, apparently they're really solid. But I don't know if it's a bad time yet to be a DC film fan. I think it's just the team is not done yet. It's not, they lost a big game with Supergirl. They won a big game with Superman, lost a big game with Supergirl, but there's still a few more games to play before you can call it a winning season or not. Jared, I'm pretty sure neither Poison Ivy nor Catwoman were greenlit. They were just pitched. HBO and DC Studios passed on both. Both were set in Reeves' universe. I really don't want to see a non-powered Ivy. I don't really want to see I really don't want to see a non-powered Ivy. Right. Right. Especially when the difference between Penguin and that one is that Penguin was in Batman, the movie. So it was easy to spin that off. And if you don't know where these things are going, I kind of agree. I would like to see more. Plus, again, it goes back to the confusing thing of you have two different universes running. So I don't know. But both were set in Reeves' universe. So that is more of an idea of like, say, hey, listen, we don't want to, we're trying to build out our universe, and we're still building. Like, it's one thing when you have the Reeves movies, we get why we have to keep making them. They're making money, but we don't have to keep making series out of there. People are going to be confused. I get it. Ron H, did you watch Hollywood yet?
No, my love. I'm so sorry.
Mike Joyce. Alana Haim is the true villain of the drama.
Ooh.
Now, I think you're right. Although I don't know if that's true, actually. I would have said it was had it not been for the last scene. Her character is obnoxious. Character is, definitely pretty she was pissing me off. But the true villain, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Well, I just can't spoil it. But Crash and Cody, sorry, have been available during the live working on my show as a script supervisor. That's amazing, Crash and Cody. Saving super chat money for the pilot, but if I wanted to give $5,000 for the pilot and bypass the Kickstarter, could I? Well, I mean, first of all, that would be an amazing donation. But we're gonna have a tier at that size for producing and stuff too. We're inside of that. So I would say if you're really first of all, that is beyond generous. If you're able to do something like that, there will be, and it's going to be coming up soon. But if it's bypassing Kickstarter, we need it. The reason why we want everything to be part of Kickstarter is once you hit, I think it's like 25%. If you hit 25% of your goal in day one, then Kickstarter pushes your campaign to get it out there more and for their algorithm in general. So that's why we're really making a heavy push on day one. So Coyote, if that is indeed the case, and again, thank you so much. And I've been telling everybody we just need 13,000 people put in $25, and if you're chipping out a lot of that if you do that. So that's huge. So thank you. I'll have more information. I'm hoping within the next day or two, or maybe next week, when we're going to get approved. And once we do, that then starts to push us into the actual launch date and everything too. So that's really, really kind of you. It's Just Ryan. Forget our show. We're going to have to start a Kickstarter for Kristian's Glasses Fund, maybe. That's why I buy the shitty ones, because it happens all the time. And I buy, and the people, why they break all the time? Because they're so shitty. They're just shitty. And I have these don't break. But I'm pretty sure I by accident stole these from my old landlord. I think. And I don't feel bad about it because the guy's taking my mail, I think. There's mid-mail there that's been sent to his house, and I know he's kept it. Anyway, Yoshimitsu, I want big screen Batman Beyond more than anything else DC could possibly do. Bringing back Bale is a great idea for helping win fans over. Huh? It would be. I would love that, but I wonder if they could get him. Okay, so apparently Luke made this thumbnail today. Perfect. Nice. All right. Well, hey, listen. Happens.
I'm glad I'm so supportive.
Yeah. There we go. All right. What's the next one? Where is it? Guzman 9373. Kris, you're 27. You need a big turnaround here to take out Mike. I think you can do it.
Okay.
There was more effort on the hand-drawn Spooderman poster from the Canadian theater that never received the official poster. That tape job is messy. Oh, you think so? You think that tape job is messy? I think that's a nice compliment. Hold on a second. Let's get. You think this is messy? What do you mean? That's messy? It's like my second graders or soon to be third graders art project. My third grader, my little one could have done a much better job than that. I'm not even kidding you. Look at this. It's an embarrassment. All right, next.
Just if you're already at the Party City, get the fake spider webs.
You know what I mean?
And just put that over the tape.
I would love to talk. I would see. Not only did Anthony Cheeseman say no to that, I would absolutely send the live link to the person who put that Spider-Man balloon up there. Absolutely. I would love to have a conversation with that person. Yoshimitsu, I want big screen Batman. We did that one. Okay. We did that one too. The Steeler. I thought Zoe Kravitz's Catwoman show co-starring Kristen Milioti, Sophia would have been a slam dunk after Penguin. Need the trades to confirm. Well, that's not that goes against what I said before. If they would have done that, that would have indeed been a spinoff to it, because even though Kristen Milioti wasn't in the Batman, she was in the Penguin series spin-off of the Batman, became like one of the most talked about things, if not the most talked about thing in that series. So having her with Zoe Kravitz would have been pretty great. I agree with you. I don't know what happened. Yeah. Ron H. Let's see. No, I don't want no more pile. I appreciate it, but I don't want to pile up on the poor guy. Like I said, he just had his own opinion. Aiden, MCU is a must-see film franchise versus DC is a maybe I'll check it out TV franchise. Something needs to change. Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman. Stick to those three. Yeah, I'm with you. Stick to those three. 100%. Yeah. Rocky coming in hot for you, Kris.
Whoa, thank you.
Hey, just wanted to say thank you for keeping the show going next week. Even though you lose money on the show since you won't be there, I really appreciate it. The show makes my days go better and quicker, and I'm sure it does for others too. Thank you, Rocky. Yeah, I mean, I figured,
That's
listen.
so sweet.
Yeah, I figured, listen, it would be, I'm going to double up a few times next week, and it probably will. But I was like, first of all, I like the fact that A, the co-hosts aren't taking a hit either because I'm going away. B, it'd be a fun little contest for them to see who can do it when I'm not here. That'd be fun though too. And the shows are always great when I mean, Chris and Winston are awesome together on the air. You get them twice. Roka and Kalinowski are going to be amazing. That's going to be a fun show to watch for sure. And then you'll have Roka on his lonesome on Monday, and then Roxy and Mike on Tuesday. So it's gonna be pretty fun. It'll be a fun week. But thank you, Rocky. It's very kind of you. Save the cows. 1,000 joules guitar. Thank you so much. Oh, that one we did. The Shay. Saw Oak Street this afternoon. I enjoyed it. I know the moment you're talking about it, and I had the same thought. Yeah, right. The end, right? It's like the end. Something happens at the end. And I really want to talk about it, but I can't because I don't want to spoil anything. But I can't even say anything. I can't even say what movie I have an issue that reminds me of the same issue I have with it because that'll give it away. The G-Man, the CNN spinoff. I guess they want HBO Max more. Yeah, I mean, HBO Max makes sense. Why they don't know that? Shay Markel, Oak Street was fun, but I cared more about the neighbor than the main cast. Really? Until halfway through the movie. Then it started to really work for me. You're not the only person that said that. I didn't feel that way, but a lot of people felt. I saw that from a lot of different people. Paige, what's up, Paige? I did some digging, and Tyler at the movies coined our pilot. Oh, thank you. How did you find that out, Paige? What a nice. Well, first of all, Paige gets so much props because everyone was saying that it was Paige that came up with it. And instead of taking the credit for it, she did the research to find out who it was and gave. That's amazing. Look at that. So I'm a happy member of the community. I do not want to take anything from someone else. Also, love that doggy. Get an agent. That's amazing.
So Gimli has actually been in stuff.
Okay.
So he's actually helped pay rent. Trico is a freeloader who has eaten my webcams, who has eaten my microphones. He is a demon from hell that was sent to test me. He's crying right now. And I love him more than anything in the world. Bubba, you're fine. Okay.
Amazing. Well, first of all, Paige, where did you find? If you dug that up and found the actual show, please send it to PLD so we can clip that out because I'll use it on the actual Kickstarter. Ron H. Chris, if Batman Beyond live action gets made, Campia will eat crow. That is something to look forward to. Ha 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 ha. Love that guy. Tell him to tell Ray to come visit the Kristian Harloff show and tell us about Moonfall again.
Will he eat crow or will he just be like, no one cares?
Maybe. Probably that.
Yeah.
2 more for now with 30. Chris Carr needs a turnaround, but I'll tell you what I'll do because we have an hour 27. I still have Chris Carr for half an hour. Mm-hmm. We'll do the same thing because this helped out Mike. As I am now saying that we have the show we have submitted for Kickstarter, and there are other things that people have questions about. The chat in general. Ask inside the chat if you have questions about the pilot, if you have questions about the Kickstarter, something that, again, was asked just if you can donate beforehand, things like that. Anything that you guys want to know about the pilot in general, anything you want to know creatively, anything you want to know that I can talk about, please put in there and I'll just highlight them. It doesn't have to be super chat. And then if super chats come in for Chris, we'll highlight those. So, Sam usually throws one in there and that gets us started. So, Jacob Matthew KC, thank you for putting me onto the Patterson cut and reinvigorating my love for Star Wars through Sam's eyes. Patterson took Obi-Wan from a 5/10 to 8/10. Same. It probably was at a 4/10 for me on the series. People are like, oh, why are you showing the series? I was like, this is not the same thing. It's completely different. Have you watched it yet, Chris?
No, I'm so excited.
You have to.
I think this is what Logan and I are doing tonight because we debated about if we should go see End of Oak Street this evening, or I pitched this to him.
Oh.
Because it's 4 dogs that we're going to be watching now.
I'll tell you that if you can't get out of the house because you're watching dogs and then do the Obi-Wan thing. But if you can go see Oak Street in the theater on like opening weekend, you should, because there's going to be a lot of screams and oohs and ahs. It is like a fun ride.
Okay.
I highly recommend seeing it in the theater and not waiting for streaming. But Patterson cut is pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. Okay, let's see. So Cooley. What's up, Cooley? You're the best. What up, fam? My 16-year-old daughter wanted me to tell you, Kristian, that you're super funny. Oh, well, thank you so much. She said you need to start being doing stand-up again, or does she not know that I ever did it? That's your job, Cooley, as a dad. You got to let her know the history.
Yeah.
Be easy. Cooley's the best. I have old stand-up, but it's probably not appropriate for on there. But tell her
one of my kids found mine, like a person
really?
who I've been teaching since they were 12.
Yeah. Oh, wow. And how did that go?
It was I got a Miss Kris. You talk about
hilarious.
some really inappropriate things. Was like, well, Elena, please don't watch my stuff ever again.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. That's so funny. Maybe Cooley didn't know. Maybe Cooley didn't even know. Yeah, but you know what? And that's actually, he gave me a setup here, and I didn't even take it. So not that your daughter and you are going to be there, but on October 8th, I will be performing with Jen Sturger and Mark Ellis. October 8th. I don't know how many tickets are left, but we are. The link is in the description, so you can go and check that out. But we're excited about going, and we might even bring this. No, I'm just kidding. But nonetheless, we will be there, and hopefully you guys will be there too. All right. Let me see. I'm going to go down. Now I'm going to take some. Oh, do we have a super chat? We do. Support for Kristian and Kris. Thank you so much.
Yay!
All right, Kris, I'm going to keep you. I'm going to keep you here until we
Okay.
until we start. So you can, and you have to hear some of this stuff, but this is going to be what it's going to be like for the next 35, 40 days. Okay. I do love. I want to get that code though and find out exactly where that came from. The Our Show thing. We got to get that T-shirt thing. That's going to be something that's happening too. I'm still looking for some stuff because I went too far down. Let me just see. Okay. Oh man, what do you got going on? You know what, Kris? Why don't you tell us what's going on while I on the channel and while I find when I start.
Sure. You got it. You can go check out my podcast that I do with the hilarious Amy Newman, Two Filthy Casuals, on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you to everyone who subscribed on YouTube. We're at 1,500 subscribers, which is really cool because we just started doing YouTube recently. If you want to hear more of me on podcasts, I am on the Might Delete Later podcast this week. If you want to do voiceover classes with me, speakfriendstudio.com. I've got a Intro to VO boot camp where we talk about auditioning for commercials, animation, and video games, and some of the tech you use on August 22nd, and that is on Zoom. It's $99 if you want to be participating and get coached. It's $35 if you want to just observe and kind of absorb the information that way. Maybe you're a little shy. Maybe you're not sure if voiceover's for you. You can do that. And then, is that all my stuff?
I think so.
Oh, you can watch Viewpoint on Amazon. I'm a voice in that.
I saw one, and then where the hell is it? I saw it, and I just went right past it. Oh, there we go. We start with this one. We're going to start with Sticks. Do we get to meet the director in the next couple of weeks? Yes. I am going to find a way to make sure that happens, hopefully within the next, ideally I would have liked to have done it this week, but I can't. So next week will be tough because I won't be on the show. But I think when I get back, I'm going to try to make that happen. Now, especially if we get approved by that. I think as soon as we get approved, then the answer is yes. So we'll be, and then I think Martini's going to come back on the show. Craig will be back on the show. Yeah, let's see.
Oh, Kristian, I'm going to be right back. I think my dog's about to get sick.
Oh, okay.
All right, give me one second.
Oh, okay. Uh-oh. What happened there? All right, let's see. So you get Sturger and the Schmo. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna hopefully look at how'd that happen. Don't do that. PLD's gonna come in. That's what you're trying to do. PLD trying to come in? No.
I can.
Yeah, why not? Stick around. Did I send you the logo for the show?
You did not.
Okay, I'm gonna send you the logo for the show. I can't debut it to the audience just yet, but we decided we finalized. That was my phone call that I took just now when I was on the phone. We finalized the logo.
Gotcha.
This is the that's going to be the official logo for the
it's perfect.
Right?
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So that's going to be on the that'll be on there. Yeah. Okay.
Love that.
Let's see. Sticks, do you have any big name comedians you want on your show if you get enough money? Well, my goal is I already sent it to one person that I know that most people in this are familiar with, that read the script and really liked the script and responded to it and really liked the writing. It's just a matter of being able to attach that person. And if we can, then I'd like to include that person, but that's a possibility. We'll see. Abernathy Dice needs to play my dad. I'll tell you, Dice is actually a really good actor, and I wouldn't be opposed to that down the line. My dad's character, the character of the dad, is not in the pilot, but he exists, and I've said who I really would love, and that's Clancy Brown.
Another great one.
Chris Carr is back, so I love you, PLD, but time to go.
Sorry, he has little anxiety poos when I'm not around.
Sharing my sadness, Ronnie's stay extended 10 days. Oh man, hopefully get a loaner car after super chats, 100 CD in the bank and max credit cards. But love you guys. Well, take a break from us, my man.
Yeah,
take a break. Greenie from us, keen to see your stand up, Chris. Man, did we ever put did we put your set up on the channel?
I thought we did because I have that footage. It's over on Amy and I put up both our sets on Patreon. I'm pretty sure it's on my website too.
If you want, I can put it up public on the channel.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right, so maybe we'll do that.
Yeah.
It was a good set. Sherry Miley
you.
did that one. Okay, let's see. What anime are you currently watching? Says Johnny Patriza.
Ooh, I am watching Black Clover. I am watching Sparks of Tomorrow, but that also they need to find the plot again because there's a cool reveal, and then they started doing like all this other weird shit. I'm watching Daemons of the Shadow Realm and Shangri-La Frontier.
Excellent. Okay, Mike Joyce says, Chris, what's the highest voice that you did for a role?
Oh, pitch wise?
I guess so.
How
what's the most stoned you've ever been?
Which weird characters have I done? Just me being like, "What's up, man?"
Right.
I probably Maple Story, which you'll be able to hear. The remake is coming out of that. I play Nero, which is a little cat girl.
Her voice is way up here for the most part. Usually, she kind of speaks in this kind of place.
I usually don't go much higher than that because otherwise, then it's only dogs can hear me. Or also, I do creature work sometimes. So, like, I do a Nazgul scream. That I don't know if I can do on mic without it pitching out on StreamYards. But I do that for a lot of monsters where it's just that like, oh, my timing was terrible.
Can you get this, huh? Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Dance with me. Dance with me. Dance with me. Come on. Come
The
on.
animation is so horrifying.
It's not.
It's amazing. It's so good.
My eyes. My eyes.
Look, I'm timing it out.
Unbelievable. Oh man.
Have you seen the chat? Stop teabagging poor Chris.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Thank you. That's hilarious. This freaking guy. He's unbelievable. Okay. Stuart Blackie, have you seen the new Ted Lasso episode? It's one of my favorite shows, and I already cried in the most recent episode. You know, I haven't. I've seen like one episode. PLD was the one who said that we should probably be doing those on the channel, and I'm trying to get. I can't get my wife to watch it. She just does not want to watch it.
Really?
And I know. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that because I've never really seen it except like episode 1. So maybe eventually, yeah.
It's such a good show. This new season, we did a review on Patreon. I don't know why they didn't do a 2-episode release for the premiere, because that first episode back is not strong.
Okay, but the second episode is.
Second one's better.
Yeah.
But again, it's like I just need them to get that momentum. And again, it's another lightning in the bottle situation.
Yeah.
That show is so magical, and I don't know if continuing it is the right thing. But maybe once they find their groove for this new season, they will.
Jared, brand new day, fastest to 700 million with 704.8 million domestically and 1.1 billion internationally. It looks like it'll hit 2 billion by Sunday. Crazy. It is pretty crazy. It is pretty nuts. Alan Smithy, Harloff, can I be in the pilot as, I don't know, as what? We're on the edge of our seats. Mike Joyce, Chris, what's the lowest voice you did for a role?
Oh, I don't go very low. I don't have that great of a range. Frankly, usually I kind of go down here and it's for some more just kind of like butch characters, people who have a little bit more authority or a little more laissez-faire.
Right.
But for the most part, I do stuff that's up in the mask or past the cheekbones. I only started playing an adult recently, you guys. Like, and usually that's also not super low. It's that chest voice. It's the AI slut voice.
AI sluts.
Where everything all of a sudden is down here.
Right.
But I don't go much lower than that because of natural speaking voice.
Johnny, can we see the logo? Not yet. We literally just approved it today, and I want to make sure like it'll probably debut in the Kickstarter for everybody. So yeah, not just yet. Okay. Oh, so Abernathy had something. Where is it? Oh
no, that was the dice suggestion.
Oh, that was the dice one. Okay, put that one out. Okay, let's see. Anything else? Let me see. I'm just, again, people, we're taking questions here. We got 20 minutes left. And again, this is not Super Chess. Any questions you have about it, as this is going to be the passion project. And as I've been telling you guys many times over, that you guys are going to have the power in your hands to really make this thing happen, that we're going to have a chance to do it. I read this whole article, Chris, and I'll do it again soon. I think it was a Ringer that did it. I think it was. But they talked about independent filmmaking, independent TV making, and how this is the route to do it, to kind of bypass the gatekeepers and everything is what we've been talking about it. So I'm very inspired right now.
Awesome.
Scott Element, hire Adam Ray, and you have 7 characters cast. True. No, I mean, I know Adam pretty well. Adam would be someone that I would love to do stuff with for sure. Aiden, where's the link to buy tickets for the show? I'm debating catching a flight for that. Is it still in there, Billy?
I put it in there.
You did put it. You already did, or you're going to?
I did.
You did, yeah. It's in there. Was it not in there before?
Correct.
Oh, thanks. You know what you should do? Just put it in make sure that it's in for every show, so you can just put it in the settings, maybe.
I'm gonna throw Luke under the bus. He always gets rid of it and cuts and pastes over it.
Oh, yeah, he does that sometimes. Here, I'll put the for my reactions, I'll put the sponsors in there, and I go back in. And he's cut and pasted the description, and I'm like, "Where the hell's the thing?" He's like, "You can't really get mad at him for doing it. This guy juggles a bunch of shit." Anyway, Alan Smithy, Harloff, can I be in the pilot as Scary Perry? I'll wear the hat and scream. That is. You ever see his Instagram, Alan? Scary Perry? Do you know who Scary Perry is?
Mm-mm.
I'm not going to tell you. What I'm going to tell you is this. Will you please, you and Logan, I want you to say, I know you're going to watch these other movies, but for me, can you watch this movie for me? It's called Windy City Heat. It's not scary. It's not a horror film. It is a comedy. Watch Windy City Heat.
Okay.
And then tell me, and then I want to get your 5-minute review on it when we talk. And hopefully it's when I get back.
Okay.
Please watch it, and then you'll know who Scary Perry is. And it is not scary. There's no eye things. I promise you I wouldn't do that to you. It is a comedy. Dark Smirk 1. Thoughts on X-Men 97 season 2 overall and ending? I've only seen the first 2 episodes, but Chris, how about yourself? You're muted? Oh, what happened to your mute? You got muted.
Roster keeps turning off, which is not great. Blah. I loved this season. I think season 1 is much stronger personally. But I watched the finale this morning and cried, and I like what we're set up for. So
okay,
season a little bit more cohesive.
That's fair. Jacob Matthew said he watched the Patterson Ahsoka cut. Is not great, but better. Yeah. See, here's the thing: is that I think the only reason I'm going to watch that with Sam is so it's condensed, and then I could just watch it. Like going through people, and you know what's funny is I get it, and this is the comments I've been getting a lot because we're doing Mandalorian right now, and we just finished season 1, episodes 3 and 4, 5 and 6 hit tomorrow. And what I keep getting is you got to show her Clone Wars and Rebels, otherwise she's not going to understand when Ahsoka shows up. And my question is, why is that my problem? That's a Filoni problem. That's not like you're asking someone to get caught up in all of animated if they're not into it and everything too, in all this series, and you're trying to find a live action audience all the way through, and you are relying on people watching those shows. That's a mistake. And I realize that, because spoiler also, Sam has watched that episode already, and she liked it. She didn't have the same emotional investment that everyone else who did watch Rebels and Clone Wars, but I did that on purpose. It's like she shouldn't have to watch it in order to get invested. And the funny thing is, she didn't. She was still invested, but that's not a thing. You got to show her she won't understand. Well, then Filoni shouldn't have done it that way. That's all it is. Okay, let's see. I'm never going to dance again. People that I'm going through the big balls stuff. T-sacked. So good. Okay, let's see. I'm still going through, and I'm waiting to get some more. I think we're gonna get some more questions once we actually get moving. But Johnny Patrice also says we're getting shirts. What about hats? Definitely on the. I think especially PLD. I think the logo that I just sent you, that'd be a perfect hat. Right? Yeah, perfect hat. Okay, so and that was one of the things Martini also had thought of. So that could be a perfect hat. You got a good idea how you want to end the finale, Greenie from Oz. For the season 1, yeah, 100%. I have about 6 seasons, 5 to 6 seasons planned out. And I know how the series ends, at least for today. I mean, that could always change as you're doing more stuff, but yeah. Okay. Johnny Patricia, does your daughter know or think she's funny? I said this to her yesterday. I said, as she said that, I said, maybe we want to do stand-up comedy. She's like, she just like shrugs, and I go, you know, you're funny, right? She's like, I don't know. She doesn't care. Like, I was talking to Martini, and I told her what I told you, Chris, about the bagel. She's like, you got to get that kid on stage. I go, she does not want to be on stage. She doesn't. She was in like a dancing class, and she does it. She was doing this whole thing. The whole point was to do a recital at the end in front of everybody. And she's like, I don't want to do the, she wanted to do the classes. She did not want to do the recital. I said, this is the whole point of it. She's like, I don't want to perform in front of people.
Well, maybe she'll be a comedy writer.
I don't know what it is, but she's like, but she was just like, but she likes to do, she loves softball. She loves gymnastics. And I said, well, you know, those things, what she does though, she's like, she likes to do the exercise. And so she doesn't like she's just funny. She's not trying, like, she's not, my oldest can be funny. And she was like, my oldest did a speech at my brother's wedding, and she was, and she wrote it out. Her timing was great. She was amazing. But my daughter, my oldest, was trying to and accomplished being funny and likes to perform right in front of people. The little one is just naturally like just funny. Like it's just her personality. The things she says, she's a pain in the ass, but she's funny. And the things that she says, just like some of the stuff is just hilarious. Anyway, let's see. Next one is Gregory Doctor. Ted Lasso reactions, please. Kudos to Chris and Kristian. Great show today. Can't wait for the pilot. I wish you success. Kick it up a notch. Love. Me too, man. Look, it's going to be one of those things, Chris. I mean, because it's like, I told my wife, I'm either going to be the happiest I've been in a long time, or I'm going to be miserable for a bit afterwards, because it's like, I'm thinking in this character now. I know where the character goes. I want to do something where it's like, I want to prove everybody wrong, where it's like the stats say, because again, if you have 1 million subscribers as opposed to 230,000, what they say you can do, what you say you can. I was like, I don't know. I think you have a community that believes in you. You can get it done pretty quick. And I'm going to go on other shows. I'm going to do other things, but like, I just have not, I don't think I've wanted anything more than this, so I'm pretty excited about it. All right, let's see. What else? Kristian should react to Chris on mute like he does for Mr. Oh, did you see the Mr. Cook thing? Have you seen this?
Yes, they showed me. Yeah.
Oh my God, it was so good. When they show you when I was on my break.
Yeah.
So good. So good. I'm going to call him Mr. Cook forever. Mr. Cook. So good. Okay. Jared. David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson expected to return as Mulder and Scully for Ryan Coogler's reboot. Is that true? That's pretty cool.
If it is, hell yeah.
It doesn't surprise me though, because Coogler's a fan of this stuff. Look what he did with Creed. He knew that he needed Stallone to get that off the ground.
Yep.
And he knew he needed it to make it all. You can't do a Rocky spinoff without Rocky. You do an X-Files when you put Mulder and Scully in there and you introduce some new people. It's brilliant. That's why he's as good as he is. All right, let's see. Keep going. And Chris, don't you think Clayface was a weird choice for this early in the new DC? He's a B-list Batman villain. We don't have our Batman yet.
It would be if they weren't doing it the way they're doing it. I think, and I say this as somebody who's not a horror fan, doing it as a body horror kind of eldritch, disgusting thing makes sense for what people have been enjoying in theaters too. You look at something like The Substance, you look at something like Together. I think this is a smart way to do it, especially with the budget they have too.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I know this movie isn't made for me. I know I'm not going to be able to watch this movie in theaters. I couldn't watch the trailer, Nathan. Oh my God.
It's crazy.
But I think this is going to be a really smart move ultimately for
too.
DC. And maybe I'll eat crow on this later on. But
I'm with
as
you
of
on
right
it.
now, I think it's really smart.
I'm with you. Wait a minute now. This one is not. This is silly. Again,
Okay.
What we were talking about before. Voicing your opinion. Appreciate it. Huh? Because you're introducing Sam to Star Wars? You had no problem having her watching Andor. Oh, I didn't realize. Andor, I guess they did an animated series for Andor too. They did 7 seasons of Andor, an animated. I thought they made 2 seasons live action. I'm being condescending asshole. Before watching Rogue One. I'm sorry, but that's some shoddy reasoning. Like I said, live action show that I know that my friend's going to be able to watch in 2 seasons that essentially plays like one big movie, as opposed to 10 to 11 seasons between Clone Wars and Rebels together of animation, which sometimes some of it is really good. Some of the storylines, I like both of those shows, by the way. But for her to have to catch up to all of those in order to then see that we were watching the live action stuff. So it's not shoddy reasoning. It's exactly the type of reasoning with knowing what she's going to watch and what she's not, because it's keeping her invested. I did show her some of the stuff, some of the Ahsoka like things after we watched that episode, because I told her, I said, look, that's at Anakin's Padawan. Here's some things. And I showed her when Ahsoka left the town. I showed her some of the moments, but she was just like, but I could tell she was just kind of glazed over when she was watching the animation. Nathan Drake, Kris, we did with that one. Okay. We did. Okay. All right. What else? I'm going. What else? I'm still looking. Hold on. Give me a second. Is there a nope. I'm trying to go through all these and it's like, okay. Sorry. If I do, nope. I can't find all of this. I'm just going through. There we go. Here it is. Coolly. Olivia knows about your stand-up. She wants you to do more. Thank you. Trust me, Olivia watches a lot of stand-up. We recently watched Kings of Comedy, Dying of Laughter, fam. Kris, you're awesome too. You're awesome.
Yeah.
He really is. So this is I'm glad that she did. I was obviously Cooley's the kind of guy that, like, you know, I would do anything for him. I really would. He's like, we met him at and I talk about this all the time. I met him and his family when we did the Atlanta Schmodown event. They came there and I got a chance to meet them. He's just been such a like super positive, great dude, encouraging. He just wrote a book. And PLT, do me a favor. If you have that book link, put it in the chat if you can find it. Put it in the chat, and then we'll promote Cooley's book.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, Josh Rock. Oh no, I've seen this. I've seen it many times. That clip with him busting through the door and doing his dance.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it before today. I love it.
It's on his acting role. Yeah, I've seen it. Okay. So I'm trying to look through. Hold on, give me a second. Here's Yoshimitsu. I'm with your daughter. My parents tried to get me to perform growing up. I liked playing music, but I hated having an audience so much that I had to give up on music to get them to stop. Oh, well, first of all, I am not going to pressure her to do it. If she doesn't want to, like, we didn't tell her, hey, you know, you're in that class, you have to perform. She didn't want to do it, and she did all the classes, and the recital came, and she didn't do it. We're not going to force her to do it, but I'm with you, because if you force somebody to do it, they're gonna bail on it, you know. So it's true. Okay. Let's see what else. I'm going through. Let's see. More questions. Oh, here we go. This is from Princess. I'll repeat. I want the show logo on a pair of earmuffs. That's pretty great too. More ideas for that. And as we're getting close to it, and Ed, I saw that you said you sent some ideas. I'm going to look at them. Alan Ritchson as Beast for X-Men. Johnny Patrizia. That's a good one.
I feel like he could be better utilized somewhere, though. I don't know.
You think you could pull that off? Like I don't like the Batman idea. I said I came around on a little bit, but I don't really love the Batman idea. But as far as X-Men go, I'd like to see him. He could be. I mean, Beast is huge.
Yeah, but Beast you can also get away with doing a lot of prosthesis to like bulk up. You know,
that's true. Yeah.
I like the Batman idea mostly because Batman should be the pinnacle of what a human being can physically push them to.
Yeah,
and I can see Alan Ritchson doing that, and also he just looks like, you know. He looks like a guy who could come from a privileged life, you know?
Right. Yeah, it's true.
I really like if he can do an American dialect. Peter Claffey from Night of the Seven Kingdoms for Beast.
Oh, that's been rumored. That's been rumored.
Yeah.
So
I really liked that casting rumor.
Yeah, probably and probably better budget wise. Cooley, can you do me a favor? Put the name of your book in the chat again, so PLD can just get the link for it and promote it. Blaine just beat several RE games for the first time, and now I'm super excited for Craigor's take on Resident Evil, take on the franchise. Also, Kris needs a voiceover gig in future games. VA gig? What's that?
Voice acting gig.
Voice acting gig.
Yeah, okay. I do. Y'all, I need a AAA game, okay? I love getting to do all of my fun KRPGs, JRPGs. Yeah. Man, put mama in a AAA. Let me be in a Resident Evil. Let me be in a Final Fantasy. Let's go.
Yeah, please. I'd love to see that as well too. Okay, hold on, keep going down the line. Okay, do we find it? PLD? Not yet. In a second. Red carpet talk. That's Sam. Besides t-shirts, what other pilot merch have you thought of? A mug might be a good idea for my merch. I'm telling you now that this logo has been decided on, Sam. I think that's a great idea. I think mugs and other things. And I actually got to talk to Craig today about getting with our merch guy, because that's a great idea, actually, because to do mugs, other things. And it's I've talked about it too. Headphones are actually not a bad idea too. Headphones, microphones, things of that nature. But I don't, that they're going to be a little higher up in prices, obviously. But that's not a bad idea. Jared, have you started Reacher season 4? Reacher being interrogated by the detective. Never laughed so hard in my life. Is sarcastic humor and timing. I've only seen season 1, and I like season 1.
Yeah, I haven't really watched more of it. I need to catch up.
Yeah, season was good. Nick Piccolo. Was trending always a title, or were there other titles considered? Are you able to name them? Yeah, there was. I mean, the one that I had up top that I always called it was X Communication. X Communication was what it was called for a long time. But it was Ellis. I mean, there are a lot of people that were kind of against that title, but I loved that title. But Ellis and I were talking, and he's like, I love the title. He goes, the problem is this. If you don't know what the story is about, people are going to think right away it's about religion. And you see it right away. When you see excommunication and you don't know what it is. And I said, you're right. And he was right. And we were sitting down, and I was like, I love like when you really dive into what this show is about, it's perfect. But people won't know what it's about right away. Greenie from Oz. Any good budget microphone suggestions? It's funny you say that. We have some ideas for that we're going to be moving forward to with technology and other things too that we're going to be talking about to the audience past the Kickstarter and other things that we're working on. That we have that kind of knowledge. I don't have this on me right now. I have a list of it, but I don't have that now. But that's something.
Stuff.
Yeah, go ahead, Kris.
Yeah. So the Rode Pod mic, you can get these used for about $60, and they're great. They work really, really well. You do have to have an interface with them. So something that connects your XLR cord to talk to your computer. So if you don't want to make that investment, you should get a Rode NT1 5th edition. That one has an XLR capability as well as a USB capability. So you can just do USB until you can upgrade to having an interface. If you want these all used as well, like gently used or refurbished, go to sweetwater.com and then hit up Gear Exchange. That is where I get all of my stuff secondhand because this shit's expensive. And they do a great job. Plus, Sweetwater has a whole bunch of audio tech people who will actually be able to help you with your mic. No shade to other people's customer service, but they actually know their stuff. So go talk to them.
Yoshi, what about stickers with the show logo? Yeah, I think it would be both the show logo plus another one that says our show. I think we'd do that too. Show logos for sure. Okay, looking through. Let me show there's no more super chats. Gonna let Kris leave in a second if we wanted to. Do you have a slogan for the series that would accompany the logo poster? Yes. What do you do when the worst person for you is the best person for you? I thought that about the title. Yeah, it sounds religious. I know. I feel like shirts for the TV show need to explain what it is. It's always been my problem getting shirts for podcasts. No one knows what it is. Yeah, I think there's two. The thing is that there's one. I think that what we could potentially do is, because like I said, we don't have a cash yet because there's me and Martini, and then there's idea of who we want, and depending on when we're raising this money, if we're able to over raise and make offers to people that maybe right now we can't get because we don't have a budget for it. My goal is to be able to do a shirt with everybody's face on it too from the cast, and then put the logo too, and that'd be something people would want as well too. But I don't have that cast. Maybe it's a promise down the line once we make it, that you get shirts like that. Okay, can you put it on the Discord? Which one? The logo? No, not yet. No, I can't. Okay, I'm going down the line here. Kris, you got 2 more minutes before I let you go, or
okay.
1. All right. Okay, let's say. Sorry, I was thinking about the reactions. I would pay to see Kristian and Ming or Winston react to heated rivalry off campus. That's hilarious. I know. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. Yeah. Johnny, are we going to see your character snapping glasses? No, he's not. He's a little bit more. Even though he's got a lot of demons and stuff, he plays more with sarcasm than he does throwing things like the idiot that I am. Yeah. So Gregory Adopture, pilot, are there any plans to kind of mid to high tier for pilot use props or duplicates made for souvenir Kickstarter tiers? Wait, are there any plans for a kind of mid to high tier for pilot use? It's not a bad idea. Things that we use in the pilot. I mean, I guess if we don't need them for the series, maybe. But I think the answer is yes. I think Craig's already been kind of come up with. Craig's really smart and has been coming up with some great ideas in general. So we're excited for it. All right, Kris, thank you again for being here. 56 so far. I think you did pretty damn good.
Thanks, guys.
I'm going to see if you had enough to take out Michael Kalinowski. We'll find that out real soon. And that's it. So again, make sure you check out Kris on all the stuff that she told you about earlier. And I won't see you next week, but you'll be here twice next week on both Thursday and Friday with Listen.
And I'll be hitting you up with some D23 footage tomorrow.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Oh my God. Thank you for reminding me. Holy crap. Tomorrow, that's really important. Kris Carr, I will see Kris Carr tomorrow because she's going to be sending us footage. We're going to be putting it on the channel. She's going to be our eyes and ears for the D23 big, huge panel that they have. She'll see all the Star Wars stuff. She'll see all the Marvel stuff. Kris, you got to give me like kind of updates on that as they're happening, please, because
100%.
The video is going to be a little tougher. Kris and I have talked about it because of we don't know what kind of reception she's going to get. She'll do videos afterwards for sure, but if she's kind of letting us know as it's going through, I want to know what the hell's happening. So
and if you see me, give me a heads up, guys. Like, come say hi to me because tomorrow's my only date there, and obviously I will be at this big media presentation later on at night. But like, come say hey because I'm just gonna be catching up with my friends and checking stuff out.
And if you do know her from this show, approach her with this first. Big Balls did you wrong. Start with that so she knows that you're from this show.
Please do that so that my childhood friends that I'm meeting up with are like, what the fuck do you do for a job?
100%. If you see Kris Carr at D23, approach her and start with Big Balls did you wrong. She will know immediately that you're from this show and she'll take a picture with you. There you go. I just championed you rather take a picture with somebody. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Appreciate it, and we'll see you guys on the flip side. Is there a Vision Quest trailer? Did it just drop?
Oh,
I don't know.
The day before D23? That seems crazy.
Or is he saying that it might be? I'm not sure.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Anyway, all right, guys. Thank you so much, and thank you to Kris Carr. Thank you to all you guys for again being so supportive and all the questions you've been asking. And as we're getting closer and closer to this thing, I'll be doing a lot. Moving forward, I told you I've been on Campia Show weekly. I'll probably be on a little bit more on that show. I will be on Roka Show more. I'll be doing some more things. I'll be everywhere. Be doing live streams. So let's make this thing happen together, please. That's the deal. I mean, I want you to like it. I want you to support it. I mean, like it. I want you to support it if you like it. I want you to just do it. I want you to believe in it, and then we'll make it happen. So, thank you guys. Excited. Thank you to PLD. Thank you to Luke. Thanks to Sam and MK for doing the time codes. Thank you to all you guys for everything. We're small and mighty, guys. We're going to make this thing happen. So appreciate it. We'll see you guys on the flip side. Peace out, everybody. Bye-bye.
Did you shit in there?